Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Gone Girl is a psychological thriller novel written by Gillian Flynn. The story centers around a man, Nick Dunne, whose wife Amy Dunne goes missing on their 5th wedding anniversary. The police start an investigation and Nick becomes the prime suspect in his wife's disappearance. As the investigation progresses, it becomes clear that Nick and Amy's marriage was not as perfect as it seemed and that they had been struggling. Nick starts to remember events that he had forgotten, and it becomes clear that their marriage had been deeply troubled. He starts to uncover secrets about Amy's past and their relationship that she had kept hidden. As the investigation continues, Nick starts to become more and more suspicious of his wife, and starts to wonder if she is still alive or if she had planned her disappearance to frame him. The story takes a dramatic turn when Amy is revealed to still be alive and it becomes clear that she had planned her own disappearance as a way to frame Nick for her murder. She had manipulated the evidence and made it look like Nick had killed her. As the investigation into Amy's disappearance continues, Nick begins to reveal his own secrets and lies, including an affair he had been having. This further complicates the case and makes Nick's innocence even more questionable. Meanwhile, Amy has been living in hiding, manipulating the evidence and making it look like Nick had killed her. She had also been keeping a diary, which she had left behind for the police to find, in which she wrote about how unhappy she was in her marriage and how Nick had mistreated her. This diary becomes crucial evidence in the case against Nick and further paints him as the guilty party. As the police and media focus on Nick as the prime suspect, Amy begins to reveal herself and her true intentions. She had planned her own disappearance as a way to frame Nick for her murder, and had been living in hiding, waiting for the right moment to reveal herself and clear her name. The story reaches its climax when Nick and Amy finally come face to face and confront each other about the truth of their marriage and the events leading up to her disappearance. It's revealed that Amy had not just been unhappy in the marriage but had been suffering from a personality disorder and had planned this elaborate scheme to get revenge on Nick for the way he had treated her. The story ends with Nick and Amy's fates uncertain, leaving the reader to wonder about the future of their relationship and the impact of the events on their lives. Gone Girl is a masterful thriller that explores the complexities of relationships, trust, and the darker side of human nature. The novel is known for its plot twists, attention to detail and its exploration of psychological aspect, and it keeps the readers guessing until the end.
Evaluation and review.
Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn is an excellent crime and thriller novel that incorporates many of the factors that make a story of this genre successful. Gone Girl is a psychological thriller that excels in several key areas. In terms of suspense and tension levels, the story is highly effective. Flynn masterfully builds tension throughout the novel, keeping readers on the edge of their seats as the investigation into Amy Dunne's disappearance progresses. For example, the way Flynn describes the discovery of Amy's diary, which paints Nick as the guilty party, it's a very suspenseful aspect of the book. The characters in the story are also highly compelling. The main characters, Nick and Amy Dunne, are well developed and their relationship is complex and intriguing. The way Flynn explores the dynamics of their marriage and how it changes throughout the story, it's truly captivating. For example, the way Flynn describes Nick and Amy's past, present and future and how they collide in a shocking and dramatic ending, it's really intriguing and adds depth to the story. The story is also known for its plot twists, which keep readers guessing until the very end. Flynn has a talent for introducing unexpected twists and turns that keep the story fresh and engaging. For example, the way Flynn reveals Amy's true intentions, and how she had planned her own disappearance as a way to frame Nick for her murder, it's a clever and surprising revelation. Flynn also pays close attention to detail, both in terms of the investigation process and in the way she describes the locations and settings. This adds a sense of realism to the story and helps to immerse readers in the story. For example, the way Flynn describes the Missouri locations where the action takes place, it's very realistic and detailed. The story also explores psychological themes, such as the impact of personality disorders and the struggle to overcome personal demons. This adds depth and complexity to the story and makes it more relatable to readers. For example, the way Amy's personality disorder shapes her actions and decisions throughout the story is a thought-provoking aspect of the book. Finally, the story also includes elements of social commentary. Flynn's writing often reflects on issues such as relationships, trust, and the role of media in society. For example, the way Flynn explores the impact of media on Nick's life and how it shapes public perception of him as the prime suspect, it's a thought-provoking aspect of the book. Overall, I would rate Gone Girl as an excellent psychological thriller. Its combination of suspenseful storytelling, compelling characters, plot twists, attention to detail, realistic setting, psychological themes, and social commentary make it a must-read for fans of the genre. The way Flynn weaves a complex and intriguing story that keeps the readers guessing until the end, and the way she develops the characters and their relationships, is truly impressive. The novel is highly rated because it explores the darker side of human nature and the impact of personality disorders, and it is a thrilling and complex read.